Hi there, this is Karen Stever, and I'm here with Frank Gryner, who is the birthday boy, everyone.
No, I'm going to deny it. I deny it. Take that back.
He's working on his birthday, everybody. He's working on drum submissions on his birthday, and it's Sunday. It's double time.
The song's the boss, and I said, hey, public playground, actually, it's up there, and I'm like, can I have the day off? It's my birthday and everything. And the song said no.
So the song is the boss.
Song's the boss. So again, it's not just something that you guys have to adhere to.
We're all slaves to the boss.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it. But we did get tons of sample hits in this week, guys, that Frank's been meticulously going through and loving so many of them. I've never seen him so excited. As you can see, he's all pumped up. JT Allen sent some really cool scissor noises and concrete eggshell noises, which I thought was really cool. He took a bunch of eggshells and put them in between the concrete blocks, and he said, this is like one time because I can't eat any more eggs. So he's been just having scrambled eggs and sunny side up and fries and everything over there, just trying to get the submission in. So that's sacrifice, right? Sacrifice. Awesome. Evan sent a cowbell. Come on, had to happen, right? Did you guys see the banter between Frank and I under the video for Evan's cowbell? It was all references from that Saturday Night Live sketch, so if you're wondering what we were talking about, go check that out. Space Invaders, Solipsis, Didier, who will not tell me exactly how to pronounce his name, so I'm just going to try a different pronunciation of it every time I use it. Tom S. and Clark Table all sent me some amazing drum samples, so thank you very much. There's 4 people I want to talk about today. The first one is Toots. Toots, some awesome sounds, top to bottom, really good drum performance. Your pre-line especially, I really love. It's kind of cut time, and it's dirty, and it gives it a little bit more of a low, uglier
It had that
sound.
little tom rolls in there.
Yeah, very
really
cool. Yeah, very cool. Not overbearing or overplayed, which I thought was really great. Nude from Germany, who sent me all those amazing Stever pictures from the Stever River. Newt is just a classic musician who I think probably if I got him in the studio could get him to play anything for me. He can do anything. And so there was just tons and tons of stuff throughout his whole thing that we're going to be chopping and looking at as well. Joshua Walsh.
Another
Canadian.
Canadian and accomplished musician.
Yes. Can play probably anything I asked him to play too. I think he really found something very cool in the instrumental section and the breakdown that was right after that in his performance. Very cool. Highly recommend checking that out. He also had some samples of children's hits throughout the thing. I'm not a big fan of Foley.
Oh, like the actual playground noise?
Yeah, the playground children's noises, but for some reason they texturally worked in behind his instrumental section to me. I'm not big on just like, oh, it's a playground, let's have children's noises. I think that we can all put our heads together and kind of come up with something a little cooler, but where you put them in that instrumental section, Josh, I thought was just, it kind of sounded ugly for some reason. Just the tone of some of those voices mixed in with your drums came up with something very texturally interesting. So I'm kind of big on setting mood without being like really obvious about those things. So it did work in that instrumental section, so I was really happy about that. And JT Allen, he gave a solid performance, like through the whole thing, just a very solid drum pass.
Well thought out.
Very well thought out. Went through and hit some of those accents on the vocals that Frank was talking to you guys about in previous videos, if you get a chance to look at those videos again. And there was 2 things that JT did in his performance that Frank and I had like an hour conversation about afterwards, just regarding the arrangement of this song and how we can think a little differently about 2 sections of it. The one is the part where we clashed our bones like pickup sticks, that one pre-chorus a little later in the song. He did a little bit of a trip on, like, it almost sounded like if you did a rim shot with your sticks. He started in on something like that made me think we need more stuff in that section that's a lot like bones or sticks. So not in a Foley kind of way, but something that gives the mood or gives the feeling that somewhere behind those vocals, it's things like that. So if you guys can put your heads together and think about
could be just a little loop that supplements the drums that are going to be coming through.
Right.
So sometimes it's difficult to employ the drums to get down to do something. So
again, not obvious Foley. but something that texturally makes you have that feeling.
Actually have to dig up a grave and get some bones. And,
don't dig up your cat or anything.
Your grandma or anything. It might not even sound good with real bones.
Yeah, it might not.
A wood block might be a little bit better.
Wood block would be cool. Sticks, things like that. Yeah, it might be very cool. So just kind of give some thought to that. Maybe go back and just listen to JT's. It's just a quick thing he did in there that just made me think of a different direction altogether. So the other thing he did that was also inspired by JT was in the broken down chorus at the end. There's kind of some military roles, and you just nicely touched on those. I would love to get some military roles from you guys at some point as well, whether that's now or in the overdub phase. But if you guys can, any of you out there has some really good military snare drum sounds that you can do some military roles. I don't imagine them really up front, but more in a lost, decrepit kind of way. Like this is an old battlefield, and you just hear, maybe we'll put lots of reverb on it and stick it way back in the mix. But I'd love to hear you guys come up with some things like that. So those are some of the things I wanted to touch on today. And as you know, drum submissions are over tonight at midnight, and I really appreciate all the stuff you guys have sent in. And I also want to touch on the fact that you guys have been a wonderful community to me and the newcomers that are coming on board. I've got some emails outside of the public record from people who at first felt intimidated, and then they said that people like Jason Nations and JT Allen and Big Monkey, etc., made them feel really welcome. So thank you so much for that. All right, so get your drum submissions in tonight by midnight, and until next time, rock on.